Hi everyone, I'm Chimiller15 and welcome to my playthrough of the Great Ace Attorney 1. I thought it'd be fun to do both the fan translation and the official localization side by side so we could compare the two in real time. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to be using audio from only the official localization, and I put in the Japanese voices because the Scarlet Study version didn't have English voices. Anyway, let's get started. Okay, select Great Departure and beginning, opening, yes.
文明開化の大号令のもと、極東の島国にまさに今西洋文化の大波が押し寄せていた。活気に満ち溢れる帝都の民は変化、革新の熱気にむせ返り、その変化に戸惑う者も飲み込んで、時代は大きなうねりの中にあった。そして今、そんな時代を舞台に一つの物語が幕を開く。
Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, 22nd November, 8:43 a.m. Supreme Court Defendant Lobby 5. 22nd November, 8:43 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature Defendants Antechamber 5. Even now, I find it hard to believe. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe this is happening. While everything seems so calm in this lobby, just one step beyond. How can it be that just beyond the doors to this quiet little chamber lies the grand bench where my fate will be decided? It's the highest court in Japan, waiting to decide my fate. And what do you want? What? Nothing. Oh, no, nothing. Glaring at me won't do you any good, you damned murderer! Save your glares, murderer! Sorry. Sorry. My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. But spelled differently. Slightly spelled differently. And yeah, as you can see, in the Scarlet Study version, Ryunosuke goes by his last name. But in the Capcom version, he goes by his first name. Anyway. I'm a second-year student at Imperial Yume University in the Empire of Japan. I'm a second-year student at the Imperial Yume University. 3 days ago, I was caught up in a terrible incident. 3 days ago, I somehow found myself in the middle of a horrifying incident. And now, I await my judgment. And now, here I am, awaiting my trial. Halt! That's enough! Bailiff, I'd say it's about time you stemmed the flow of garbage coming from your mouth. Oh, shit. He's not obliged to listen to such abuse, officer. Excuse me? Who do you think you are? And who are you? I'm the defense attorney for the defendant before you. I'm this man's lawyer. I'll be defending him today. Defense attorney, you say? Lawyer? Until today's trial has ended, until the final verdict has been passed. Yes, and until the judge has given his verdict on the case. You have no right to call this man a criminal. Watch your words, bailiff! No one has the right to treat him as a criminal, so you will hold your tongue! Ugh, arrogant little know-it-all, you and your stupid logic. Technicalities, look at you, you haven't even graduated yet. At least I'm capable of making logical arguments, unlike you. And yet, I still seem to know better than you how a court officer should behave. Don't you agree, Ryunosuke Naruhodo? Right, Ryunosuke? Huh? Whoa! Sorry about all that! Oh, yes, of course! Sorry. Why are you apologizing to me? What are you apologizing to me for? Never mind. Oh, no, I suppose that wasn't my fault. I'm really sorry, Asogi, for giving you so much trouble. But really, Kazuma, I never meant to drag you into this. I'm sorry. Yeah, so in the Scarlet Study version, Kazuma goes by his last name, but in the Capcom version, he goes by his first name. And I can understand why both versions do name the characters a little differently here, because in Japanese, your last name comes first. When someone addresses you, your last name comes first, I believe. It's last name then first name. But of course in English it's the other way around, so Capcom thought it would be better to do it that way instead. Whereas Scarlet Study wanted to be more authentic to the original script and just do it the way the Japanese do it. Both are valid, it really does not matter. But I'm just going to call the characters by their first names. And in the end you still apologize. There you go again, apologizing. You never change. Just like always. Guess not. Lately, your name has been in every paper in the capital. Though I must say, you've been all over the newspapers these past few days. Imperial Yume University professor killed. The culprit, a student of the same university. Yume University professor murdered in cold blood by students. And yet, you didn't do it, did you? But obviously, you didn't actually do it, did you? Wait, hold up. There's something I want to point out here. Okay, so another thing that you'll notice that's quite telling is that Capcom's script went out of their way to use the people behind Capcom's script went out of their way to use as much British English as possible, which means basically no Americanisms in the script. And you can tell with this one here. Let me show it again. I don't know why I closed out of it. See, in British English they use single quotes in general, and if they want to quote something within a quote, they use double quotes. But in American English, we do it the other way around. We use double quotes for general quotes, and single quotes if we want to quote something within a quote. So, yeah. The Capcom script really does use a lot of British English, whereas the Scarlet Study one is more American English. But, anyway. I already read this line, I think. Yeah. Of course not! You have to believe me! I didn't kill him! Of course not! You have to believe me! I didn't do it! I'm not a murderer. I can never murder someone. Then stop hanging your head. Chin up, back straight. Then there's nothing to... I can't read today. Then there's nothing to worry about. Straighten yourself up. Hold your head high. Asogi. You mean... Sorry, sometimes I forget to press the buttons at the... I forget to touch the screen on the phone and press the button on the Pro controller at the same time. But anyway, I believe in you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I believe you. I know you're innocent, Ryunosuke. This is my best friend, Kazuma Asogi. He's a second-year student, like me. Kazuma Asogi, my best friend, also in his second year at Yume University. Sorry. But to be frank, he and I are worlds apart. He's the pride and joy of our university. But he's far more clever than I. A star student, in fact. Even though he's still a student, he's already qualified to be a defense attorney. Oh shit, let me go back. Okay. He's even a qualified lawyer. Impressive, considering he's still an undergraduate. You're too kind. It's not that impressive. Defense attorneys are still an emerging profession here in Japan. The very concept of lawyers is only a few years old. Here in Japan, anyway. We are but a meager existence in the judicial system. At least, for now. My qualifications don't mean much. Yet. I know I already said this 3 days ago, but... You said exactly the same thing 3 days ago. I find this difference between the lines weird. Like, not in a bad way, just in an interesting way. Like, there's clearly a stark difference here. Because for obvious reasons. But, anyway. Asogi, as your friend, I couldn't be more proud of you. But I'm proud to have a friend like you, Kazuma. Truly. 3 days ago. 3 days ago. That's right. That was when it happened. Yes, that's when all this started. Congratulations, Asogi! Congratulations, Kazuma! You've finally been approved to study abroad. It looks like you're going to get to study abroad at last. I know, I've been forever dreaming of this day. Yeah, oh, whoops, I read the Capcom one first, but it's okay. Yes, I've finally done it. Feels like a dream come true. It seems the government has recognized my achievements as both a student and a lawyer. Finally, those government elites have acknowledged my academic achievements and successes in court. You'll be studying the greatest legal system in the world as a representative of Japan. So you'll be representing Japan as you immerse yourself in the most sophisticated legal system in the world. As your friend, I couldn't be more proud of you. I'm really happy for you, and proud as your friend. Oh my god, go away. Ah! Stop. Stupid Discord notifications. Sorry. There's not a... Oh, sorry. There isn't a... I keep reading the Capcom one first. There isn't a soul at Yume University who doesn't know Asogi's name. There's not a soul in the university who doesn't know Kazuma's name. Wherever he goes, a mysterious warm breeze follows. So the rumors say. He's a living legend! It's like there's some mysterious aura billowing around his temple. For the sake of reforming this country's legal system, I want to bring about change in our own legal system. I want to observe a true legal system across the sea with my own 2 eyes. That's why I have to cross the ocean to see the real thing with my own eyes. The British Empire. Man, I wish I could see it. The heart of the British Empire. I wish I could see it too. Then why don't you come with me? Then come with me! It it would bring me great pleasure to rampage through the Queen's domain with you. We'd have a wild time tearing up the streets of Her Majesty's City of London together. I like both lines here. Both groups did a good job of showing Kazuma's excitement here. I love this line, seriously. Rampage through the Queen's domain. And I like Capcom's line too. Tearing up the streets of Her Majesty's City of London together. They're both good. You make it sound so easy. If only it were that simple. Oh, look at the time. I have to get going. Oh dear, look at the time. I'd better be going. I'll stay a bit longer. We did come all this way after all. Alright, I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a while longer. You're right, we rarely get the chance to visit a high-class establishment like this. Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. Well then, take care. See you in tomorrow's English lecture, partner. See you in English class tomorrow then, partner. Fade away. Shortly afterwards, it began. It was straight after that. That's when it happened. Mr. Asogi, a moment please. Asogi, may I have a word? Why, Professor! I didn't expect to see you! Professor! I didn't know you were coming. Well, I can't say that this incident doesn't concern me. Well, this case has personal significance to me. More importantly, but never mind that for now. Asogi. You ought to go and see the judge in his chambers. You should go immediately to the judge's chambers. The judge? To His Excellency's chambers? Why? He's been looking for you for quite some time. He was looking for you before. You took on the role of a defense attorney without much warning, lest you forget. You advocating for the defense in this trial was a sudden decision. As a result, today's proceedings seem to be in a bit of disarray. It seems there may be some confusion about procedures today as a result. Who is this gentleman? Who is this man? I feel like I've seen him around the university before. I feel as though I've seen him at university before. Understood. I'll be there at once. I see. I'll go at once then. Allow me to accompany you. I shall accompany you. Well then, Naruhodo. I'll see you in the courtroom. Alright then, Ryunosuke. I'll see you in the courtroom. Right. I'm counting on you, Asogi. Yes. Thanks, Kazuma. I love the little bow Susato does. It's just so cute. It's so cute. I love it. Wow. This is awkward. Ugh. This is awkward. Excuse me. If I may. Yes? Yes. Sorry? Are you Ryunosuke Naruhodo, the defendant in today's trial? You must be the defendant. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, I believe? Yes, that's me. Yes, that's right. I am Eugene Mikotoba, a professor of forensic pathology at Yume University. My name is Eugene Mikotoba. I'm a professor of forensic medicine at Yume University. Professor Mikotoba? Kotoba. I've heard that name from Asogi. Ah, Professor Mikotoba. I've heard that name from Kazuma before. He's the one who tirelessly lobbied the government to let Asogi study abroad. As I recall, he's been pushing to get the government to agree to Kazuma studying abroad. Asogi has informed me that you are his best friend. Asogi has told me about you. You and he are best friends, I understand. If that's true, then there's something you must know. As such, I feel you should know. What is it? Know what? As you are aware, Asogi is set to study abroad in the British Empire. Well, as you've no doubt heard, Asogi has been granted permission to go and study in Great Britain. However, in the event that he loses today's trial, if he should fail to defend you in today's trial, his trip will be suspended and he'll never receive such an opportunity again. I'm afraid that permission will be revoked and never granted again. Well, what? What? You really didn't know then. As I suspected, you were unaware of this. I suspected that Asogi would wish to hide the truth from you. I had a feeling Asogi may have chosen not to tell you. So, Asogi's defending me despite the risk. He's agreed to defend me, knowing that if he fails, his dreams will be shattered? Wait, why would they do that to him? But I don't understand. Why would the government do such a thing? Our government chooses who gets to study abroad from a wide pool of candidates. The administration has to choose from a large number of applicants for overseas study. Let's just say that to receive such a privilege is no laughing matter. It's very difficult to persuade them to grant permission, even in the most favorable of circumstances. But I don't believe it. Still, I swear I didn't do it! I'm not a murderer! I didn't do it! I swear it! I'm not a murderer. Oh, but of course. However, I'm sure that's true. Nevertheless, I must warn you, it will be quite difficult to prove your innocence. I can assure you that proving your innocence will be no easy task. You see, today's trial is special, to say the least. You see, there are certain peculiarities about today's trial. Huh? Well, what do you mean by that? Sorry? What do you mean? You'll find out once the trial begins, whether you like it or not. You'll soon understand once proceedings get underway. Then, what on earth should I do? But, then, what should I do? Keep this in mind. Well, I'm not asking you to just stand there and accept a guilty verdict. Naturally, I'm not going to suggest doing anything that could lead to a conviction. Huh? Right, so... As soon as the trial begins, as soon as the trial starts, the judge will pose a certain question to the defense. The judge will pose a certain question to the defense. To this question, you must reply, "I am," before anyone else has a chance to speak. When that happens, you must answer before anyone else. You must say, "I do." I am? I do? Hold on. What kind of question is this going to be? But What will the question be? Oh, no way! Surely not. Is it going to be something like, who is the killer? Do you accept the accusations brought before you? No, of course not. Of course not. Defendant! Defendant! The trial's about to start. Make your way to the courtroom at once. Court is about to begin. Proceed to the courtroom at once. Oh my, it's time. It appears that our secret talk must end here. It would seem our surreptitious discussions are to be cut short. In any case, I shall leave you with these words. So allow me to summarize. Kazuma, I keep pronouncing it with an S sound. Kazuma Asogi must not stand as defense in... I can't read today. Kazuma Asogi must not stand as a defense attorney in today's trial. Kazuma Asogi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. Of course, the one who ultimately decides that will be you, the defendant. Of course, as a defendant, the final decision is yours. What are you waiting for? You want to be held in contempt of court and declared guilty? What are you waiting for? You want to be found guilty for failing to appear? That cocky little attorney won't be of much help anyway, so move it! Get moving! There's no point in anyone advocating for the likes of you anyway. If we lose today's trial, this is it. If this trial goes badly, not only will I be found guilty of murder, Kazuma's dreams of studying abroad are over. And what's more, Asogi will lose his chance to study abroad too. I'll be found guilty of murder. And so, blissfully unaware of what lay ahead, I headed off to the trial. With absolutely no idea of what lay ahead, I embarked on that unforgettable trial. That fateful trial, one I'd never forget! My one and only chance of proving my innocence. The trial that would decide my destiny. Okay, and that takes care of the beginning. So, I will go ahead and stop here. But a few general comments. So, in Capcom's script, you notice that the characters tend to speak more formally. And it's like this throughout the entire game. The characters just use a bit... like, the language they use is a bit fancier than in the Scarlet Study version. There's a reason for this. Capcom was trying to go for that whole faux Victorian era thing, so they were trying to make the language a little more flowery, yet still, like, not to the point where people couldn't, not to the point where, like, the audience couldn't understand what the characters were saying. No. So Capcom just wanted to, like, spice up the language a bit and give it that authentic, old-fashioned style of speaking. And people did talk like that. Like, they did talk like that back then. But, yeah, so far the differences are actually quite interesting. But I'll let you guys comment on these differences yourself as well. But anyway, that will be it for now. Thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.